How are you guys? Welcome in. How is everyone? Small bit of a slow burner. I was waiting for my cats to calm the fuck down. They haven't. You see, because with the new house, we have normal stairs. So just straight stairs. In our old house, was a bit of a curve in it. So they had to slowly come down and run around. But now they can literally run straight down the stairs and straight up the stairs. And they are causing havoc. Way too much havoc. How you doing, Happy? How's the day treating you? Gotta stop hitting my mic. I got a shock mount for it, but it does nothing if I actually hit it. Don't worry, Poyo. If I hit the instance, I'll stop. I don't foresee tonight being a super long stream. I'm still getting used to the whole getting up at 7, getting home at 7, and then trying to get ready for a stream. So it's wearing into me a little. My cats are being really, really big pricks. I'm good getting stomped and taken by people 16 ranks above me. Is the matchmaking a bit naff? Is there an issue with the matchmaking? But anyway, how are you? Welcome in. Sorry, it's taking me a moment to get in because I'm still listening to my cats fucking destroy the place. It's more than I'm playing at 2 to 3 a.m. Also, they're the only people that are on. Jesus, 2 to 3 a.m. where you are. Where are you from again, Happy? I didn't realize you were that far ahead of me. Are you from like Taiwan or something? I think Taiwan is 9 a.m. now. 6 hours? 5 hours? Oh, West Australia, yeah. So that makes more sense. No, that's fair. That's very fair. Oh shit. That makes vastly more sense. What's the servers like for you? Because you usually get a little screwed when it comes to servers. You don't get the best of servers. It's usually a bit of a shit show. So I'm wondering if Tekken got it alright. So I suppose it depends on how well how good the actual netcode is. Fucking hair. Rub the sleep out of my eye, even though it's been like 15 hours. 14 hours. It's been 14 hours. I got kind of lazy. I didn't wipe him out this morning because I didn't see any reason. Sometimes I find that people kind of tend to leave you alone during the day if it looks like you've got sleep in your eyes. It must be some innate human ability to think, I'm not dealing with that. That person's tired. God knows what they'll do. Netcode works well. Apparently week 1 was bad, but I've only had a few bad connections. Also, your bad connections are probably due to the people you're actually playing against. So that's not too bad, as long as it's just been the few. Ignore the random shadows. It's my cat. I'm not quite sure what's about to happen. I might get murdered. What are you doing? Come on, go to bed. Go to bed. How you doing, Allura? I'm not too bad now. How's yourself? Like I've gone into chill mode. There we go. You go to sleep for yourself. I was smart this turnaround. I've set up little areas around my room for the cats to sleep, just in hopes that they leave me the fuck alone. Because all we had before was my lap. I'm good, I just got up from a nap and my hubby gets back home tonight after 2 weeks away. I'm excited. Oh, Jesus, 2 weeks away, where was he? Played with someone in one of the America servers and it worked well. Well, that's not too bad. At least upside is if they're an American server, there's a good chance they'll have a good connection. Or at least a good internet speed. Like, it can vary quite strongly depending. I can't remember the last fighting game I actually played online. Pretty sure it was like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. He was 2 hours away dealing with a debt in the family and helping his sister out. Jesus, that's very unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear. Hopefully it's come to the end of it now and everything's kind of, I want to say all right, but I know things aren't all right, but I hope things are calmer now. It's much better now. I'm very glad to hear it. As long as you're doing well. Hopefully you get to spend some quality time together as well. 2 weeks is a long time. It's a long time. A couple of nights could be a long time. Though to be fair, you do eventually end up missing the space in the bed. You know, when someone inevitably fucking starfishes. Been missing him, but I've had lots of people to talk to online. It's the longest I've been home alone in years. 2 weeks is a long time. As long as you use it well. Remember, if you don't catch yourself in the middle of the morning scantily clad naked, singing your absolute tits off, you may not have used your time alone well. There are some things you can only do while home alone. Just, you know, use them well. You'd be surprised how well it does the heart. Why are you both in my room? Was he too loud? I got a lot done while he was gone. Lots of jigsaws, built a car, learned astrophysics, sent a hamster to Mars, built a worm tunnel, and then to top it all, I also bought him an air fryer as a surprise reward. Fair enough. I was actually going to say bought an air fryer, but you've now made something I thought was kind of funny in the lead up. You made it true. For our moving in kind of present, we got an air fryer. We got one of those dual air fryers where you like it. It's 2 air fryers combined, and you can cook separately in each, but you can heat them differently and time them differently on both sides. It's nice. We've used it once so far. Which mirrors exactly how we used the last air fryer when we used that like 3 times. He deserves it for working so hard. Oh, well, that's exceptionally adorable. Don't forget to make food in it when you get home. Well, when he gets home. I hope we get good use of it. He mentioned he wanted one. They're handy. They're very handy. Like, a normal fryer is cool and all, but there's a lot of fucking prep time in using a fryer. And even then, when you're using a fryer, there's only so many things you can do in it unless you become creative. And even then, that's more prep time, more cleanup time. They're genuinely a little bit more hassle than necessary, while air fryers are they're simple. You don't even have to use them as a fryer. They will cook anything. You can do a lot in an air fryer. Especially if you're using an air fryer and an oven. You can time them appropriately. I just found fryers were just a pain in the arse. With having to fill them up with oil, having to keep the oil, only ever using it for fucking chips. Or fries. Absolute fucking nuisance. We had a fryer. Did we leave that in the old house? Or did we get rid of it? We must have gotten rid of it. I couldn't have just left it. Yeah, I think we got rid of it. Because if we left it, it's clearly just full of oil. Jesus. Yeah, I hate using a lot of oil. It's a pain. It is a pain. Cleaning it up is a pain. And then using it indoors is even worse. Fryers are one of those things where you need an extractor fan in the house for it to be less annoying. Or in an area where you can have a full open window. And my mother used to use her conservatory. In our old place, we had windows, but there were street level windows and we have cats, so we didn't want to be opening them all that often. And even then, you could only open the top window. Which was even worse because then you'd have people who were drunk next door from the pub outside that window. Talking absolute bollocks when you're trying to make food. A double what the fuck's a chocolate pie? I say that, but like my brain has already filled it in. Like I am mentally aware of what that is. One sec, I have to check this properly. Double chocolate pie. What the fuck's going on? Oh, it's Oreo. No, we were going for Oreo. A pie can literally be anything. A pie is literally anything condensed in a crust. A crust with a filling. It's the Oreo part I'm more... It's creamy chocolate on chocolate crust with whipped cream on top. Okay, there's a few things here that kind of... I just realized how dangerous it is to scroll through images. I am not adding cream to that search, but we can all guess the idea, right? We can guess the idea. In fact, that shouldn't even be here. I gotta remember to... I've switched my screens. There we are. Love shepherd's pie. I fucking hate shepherd's pie. Did you get auto-modded for trying to say a cream pie? It's not that I've had it. I've had it too much. I'm Irish, so especially from my age when I was younger, potatoes was still a staple food compared to now where it's not. We're all modernized to the point where a staple food doesn't really exist. Especially because being in Ireland, we're between everyone. So we get everything. But fucking shepherd's pie was at least a once a week thing. I didn't like onions. I still don't. I don't like white onions. Red onions is nice as an additive form of flavour to things, but normal white onions, not so much. They're kind of annoying. But it was always just your beef, onions, and then potato or mashed potato on top and around, and I did not like potatoes. I was sick of them. It was an everyday thing. It had to be with every meal, and I fucking hated it. So that was why it just annoyed me. There was a time where I looked forward to them. But if we were going out now and you suggested shepherd's pie, I would suggest a different restaurant. Beef mince pies. Mince pies are nice, regardless. But another thing is, I'm not a big fan of beef. Same reason. Too much of it. And I always had, I had basically two sets of parents when I grew up. I had my parents and I had my grandparents. The grandparents being the house that I've moved into. My childhood home is across the road from me. So my mother and my grandmother would always do similar style meals to a degree. But there was always lots of beef, always potatoes. And their two differing styles for making beef just killed it for me. Because one was very, very soft. And the other was just fucking tough and stringy. And I just don't like beef anymore. I can't be arsed with it. Chicken pot pies I love. I still like chicken pot pies. They haven't been overdone for me yet. Up here in French Canada we have tourtière. What is a tourtière? I'm gonna Google tourtière. I swear to God if I get... There's supposed to be a T in that. Is it just a mince pie? God damn it, give me a proper image. Give me a proper image. I hope my OBS so I can see. Yeah, so it's just a mince pie. Nice with the carrots. Gotta give it that. Cheesecake or pies? No. They would strictly come under cake. Because of the sugar content. It's got cloves and thyme. Oh, it has got... I love cloves. Cloves are fantastic. I always add cloves when I'm making an apple tart. I should really do these sections in just chatting, but I just don't ever think about it. I never think about it. Welcome back, Allura. See, the thing is, I don't know if OBS added it or something else added it, but I now have a condensed chat so I can see everything without opening hundreds and hundreds of tabs, but it doesn't tell me when ads are coming in. That is the one downside. I've had tortilla made with deer or moose before. I've never... I'm trying to figure... one of those I haven't had, and I can't remember which. I can't remember if it's deer or if it's moose. I think I've never... No, I've had deer. I've had venison before. What am I on about? I've had both things. I've had moose. There's a Christmas fair in Galway, obviously once a year, at Christmas, where they tend to have a little a stand that does crocodile burgers, kangaroo burgers, moose burgers, just different styles of meat. They always serve it at Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay. We were only talking about it like today, because it's today in Ireland. It is Pancake Tuesday. Because it's Pancake Tuesday. Tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, and it's the follow-up to Lent for Easter. But obviously, years ago, Pancake Tuesday was a much bigger thing, because the name implies it was the day where you would have pancakes. Because pancakes is not an Irish thing, obviously. So people always looked forward to it, because you never saw them in Ireland outside of Pancake Tuesday, really. Yeah, I hadn't heard of Pancake Day before. It's not that common. It wouldn't be common because pancakes for you are a breakfast staple, almost. So it's a normal everyday thing. You wouldn't have a day dedicated to it because every day is dedicated to it. The first time I ever visited the States, I think the first place we stopped off in the morning for or before we got to the hotel was Denny's, and the first thing I got was pancakes. I like pancakes in moderation. But now, especially today, because I work in a cafe, I was only asked 2 or 3 times if we were doing pancakes. We weren't. I forgot it was Pancake Tuesday. Didn't even dawn on me. But only 3 people asked. If it was a decade ago, everyone would have asked. But now, because you can go to the shop and buy a pre-made mix, you can just buy a packet. Everyone knows how to make them from scratch anyway, because it takes about a couple of seconds. So nobody really cares. Not to mention, you can go into most cafes and restaurants and just get them for breakfast. It's just normal. But that led us into another discussion about a form of bun we call a hot cross bun, which are delicious. And I am pretty sure it might even have been yourself, Happy, who pointed out that in other countries and such, hot cross buns tended to be an Easter thing. They would only ever see them at Easter. While in Ireland for a long time, hot cross buns are a staple. You could just go to the shop and buy them, or make them. But as the name implies, it's a hot cross bun. There is a cross indented onto them, but they were being used for Easter and that, which I had no no fucking idea. Because I love hot cross buns. This would be lovely to have in the morning. Bring up an image here. Bring up a proper image of one. What the fuck is this? Half of these look shit. One second while I find a proper image. If I actually specifically type in Ireland. There we go. Bear with me. Ah, perfect. I opened the fucking image, you asshole. There we go. So this is typically, and then I cover the thing because I'm an idiot. Aren't I majestic? Those are hot cross buns. For us. I didn't know that these things were usually... They're an Easter thing. I could have these for dinner. Yeah, I only see them around Easter. I don't know if I've ever had them. Is the cross made of custard? No. It is kind of a... It's like a cinnamon and caramel is the way I would categorize it. 1 minute. I thought I've looked at the actual recipe because I can't remember it. I haven't made it since secondary school. Please, when out that had been Irish recipe, do not give it to me in Irish. If I have to see it in Irish, I'm going to lose my mind. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Ah, yes. Tablespoon of cinnamon. There we go. Don't know if you can actually see that. Let's make this a bit bigger. Yeah, so as you can... Yeah, so as... It's cinnamon with some mixed spice and some mixed peel. And then the fruit in it then is just some sultanas. But that's basically it. How you doing, Luca? Yeah, some usually they have it marked into the dough. Some of it actually has it just dribbled on in the form of a cross, but usually it's cut into the bun and it seeps out. It's got a glaze on it. They are lovely. They are. Think of a healthy cinnamon bun. One where it will not give you diabetes. That is the easiest way of putting it. I wish we were cooking, Luca. I made myself slightly hungry. It's supposed to be a Final Fantasy stream, but here we are. I need to start throwing these into just chatting. Can we have a cooking stream, please? We do have our own house. Someday, me and Chrissy might. I don't know. We're not IRL streamers. We don't know how to do it yet. I'm hungry now too, and I just had an apple with cinnamon sprinkled on it. I love cinnamon, but the thing is, I get sick of cinnamon really quickly. At Christmas, if I'm having a coffee, I like mochas. Unless I'm making coffee at home, I'll just have a regular Americano, just a black coffee. But if I'm at work or if I'm out in a restaurant or something, I'll have a mocha. But at Christmas, I like to add some cinnamon on top. Message me before so I'm aware. Love you. Thanks. I will let the entire Discord know that it's happening if I was to do it. It has never been a forethought till now. So who knows, someday now that we can do a maid out. Why is it a maid outfit? Explain the maid outfit. Did I? I don't want to lie. Did I bring the maid outfit with me? Or did I dump it? I know I did a maid stream already, but I'm wondering if I kept the costume. And I'm pretty sure that Chrissy had said it to me. Even yesterday, I think she even mentioned that she might have washed it. Which would infer that I still have it. I do not have the sexy Santa costume. That is gone. My sweet shoulders and traps tore that thing to shreds. Absolutely shredded it. Decimated it. Getting out of it was a fucking undertaking. No sexy. Look, I can buy another costume, right? I can buy another costume. You can easily get another costume. We might even do more streams like that. I have a room where I don't have to feel embarrassed. I don't have to go out my window to stop someone from throwing someone else through my window. However, if someone did throw someone through my window, it would be a very different reaction. It's a second. It's a second story. Something has happened, and there's an interesting tale behind it. The move went well. So far it's gone well. I still have to sort out electricity. Bear in mind there's clearly electricity going on. However, it's not in my name. So I need to fix that tomorrow. I haven't had time off within office hours to ring. I hope I get thrown through your window. Look, I'd leave you through my front door. I would leave a trail of rose petals. And whatever a delicacy is in Wales. I want to say haggis, but I know it's not. But if I just put maybe a Welsh flag in it, just a nice red dragon in the centre of it, maybe we can pretend? I'm gonna have to book a flight. You don't need to book a flight, you could swim here in an hour. Or is that France? Is it that you can swim to France in an hour? You'll probably do it from Scotland to Belfast. Imagine having to talk to the cops wearing a maid costume or bunny costume. That's what I was afraid of when we did the other streams. I was genuinely scared. When I did those streams, my partner had to make sure that she had outdoor clothes on just in case shit was happening, because she did not want me to go out, because I would go out. And it would not have ended well for me with 40 people drunk off their tits and me in a maid outfit. And I'm trying to remember if it was the maid outfit. It was probably the sexy Santa where I had pants on, because it was too cold for the miniskirt. But I'm pretty sure with the maid outfit, it was just the skirt. Bit of sheep wool and I'll be right there. Why just sheep wool? I'm closer to the country now. I can get you a sheep. I can make you feel at home. I can make you feel loved. Wanted. Context. Sometimes I just need to think through these a bit. It's their fetish. I still find it fun because for those who don't know, it is in I won't say England, in Great Britain. The idea is that the people of Wales like to have sex with sheep. It's a stereotype, but there's an actual fundamental reason behind it. I don't think it started in Wales. I think it was a Scottish thing. But what happened is back in more colonial British times, they had laws surrounding thievery of farm animals, and obviously sheep were more sought after because you could get wool as well as meat and other things, so they would steal sheep. However, if you were caught stealing sheep or animals, you'd be executed. The English would just execute you. However, if you were caught, you would tell them you were shagging the sheep. And that came with more lenient punishments. So you were better off telling them, no, I wasn't stealing the sheep. I was just leading it into a darkened area so we could make mad, passionate love. So you won't kill me now, right? Excellent, thanks. I'm a sheep shagger now. Well, I'm alive, so let's go with that. I ain't no thief, I'm just fucking it, sir. Yes. Which to me is fantastic. Because you could take the piss out of a country and say that, oh, they like to have sex with sheep. But when you turn around and go, no, I was stealing it. However, I decided to tell them I was doing it so they wouldn't kill me. That deserves respect. You were willing to live with that stigma rather than be executed for stealing it. When it could be a heroic tale of I was taking sheep to feed my family and my village, and I was willing to risk it. Rather than, they caught me, so I said I shagged it. At one point, they wanted me to prove it. You see, things could go awry. You gotta do what you gotta do. Then again, if you think about it, there's even more respect because not only did you want to survive, you wanted to survive to keep doing it. And after that, you weren't allowed into pubs. So you have to respect the hustle. I'm just wondering if there's other places in the world where they did that as well. Where it was like, look, the more lenient option is to just lie and come out looking a bit weird. It just depends on how weird you want to look. You either die a thief or live long enough to be the sheep shagger. I know the sheep sex thing is also a Kiwi stereotype. Why is that though? New Zealand was highly under... Wait, was New Zealand under British rule for a while? Or am I being a complete idiot? Obviously, Australia was... well, a prison colony. So that would make sense for a while, but... with New Zealand being so close, and that was that the reasoning for... the shift in population. Like, am I being an idiot? I feel like I'm supposed to know this. Yeah, it was. Okay, then. New Zealand flies the Union Jack, so I think so. Well, they have a close relationship. Do they? I don't think I've actually seen the New Zealand flag. I know I have. Because Australia, well... because even Australia's flag is... it borders on... yeah, because they still fly the... they literally fly the British flag. Yeah, and Australia still does as well. We've learned something. Well, I've learned something. Something I think I already knew, but I just deleted it from my mind. Sadly, I took history as a GCSE, and they did not teach us the reason we're called sheepshaggers. To be honest, I don't know why. Because that would have been an interesting sidestep. Their flag's almost identical to the Aussie one. Yeah. Oz has the stars, New Zealand has the lines. Oh no, it has the four red stars. He says, remembering he's just looked at the fucking things. I love how I do this every time. It's like, hey, we'll come on. I'm going to do a small bit of Final Fantasy to catch up to where I need to be. And then we just start talking absolute rubbish. Well, meaningful rubbish, but absolute rubbish nonetheless. Also, I'm hoping in the next stream that the One Piece skull will actually light up. Because it's been in every stream for like the last year or two, but it's never been on. It's a light. But I've never had batteries in it. I think today is the first day I've actually opened it and realised, shit, I could turn this on. I just bring in the Welshness every time, can't help it. You see, the thing is that it's supposed to be a Final Fantasy stream, but I've yet to do it. I'm not in just chatting. I need to remember to start putting myself in just chatting first. I'm an idiot. The One Piece light is real. It is, and I've had it for a very long time. It was a nice, gracious gift from my partner that I've yet to use. But I do need to use it. We also got some RGB lights that I wouldn't mind using one. Because at the moment I'm using a garden light for the lighting behind me. It's a very strong light, but it's for a broad range and it's very close to the wall. So now it just looks like there is light literally dancing out of my arsehole. I'm now farting colour. I am also in a much smaller room. Obviously you can see the wall behind me and my camera is at the wall. That's why there's a bit of an echo that I can't really get rid of yet. I'm hoping tomorrow I can get some things to add to the room, but tomorrow's a very packed day. It wasn't supposed to be packed, but now it's quite packed. Being Valentine's Day, we're also getting furniture moved in. We have stuff to hand off from our old place to finally be done with the old place and never have to see, hear, nor be around again. Even some thicker curtains, anything to calm the echo. Maybe even some more soundproofing. Actually trying to count out how much soundproof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I googled why do Kiwis fuck sheep, didn't get an answer. I'll just assume it's the same reason. It's probably the same reason, because if they were... Because I'm assuming British law was quite broad. Like, obviously in America is where the law itself would have changed quite a bit, because as much as it was a bit of Great Britain and all, there was other cultures, and the British who went over were kind of the British people they didn't want, because they were quite extremist in their views. So it was easier for them to tell them, hey, there's a new world, go be you there. Don't be you here, be you there. Ah, the Puritans. So I would assume in New Zealand it's the same idea. It was just a case of, oh, we want to rob some animals, but we've been caught. Let's tell them we're shagging them so we don't get murdered. Sure, I'll have to explain a few things when I get home to the family, but you know, at least I'll see the family. Colonization was a weird time. A fancy yet weird time. Maybe I should get to the game eventually. Maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe. Or maybe not, you know, it really does depend. Actually, I wouldn't mind Googling myself to find out. Make the chatting intro longer. Oh, that doesn't come up on fucking that either. God damn it. How you doing, Nifty? Welcome back. I hope you're keeping well. Yeah, just realizing I'm using the multi-chat function. I can't see points being used. Damn it, maybe I will have to swap back to... using a double. What a pain in the arse that is. I'm not doing too badly, Nifty. I'm not doing too badly at all. I hope you're keeping well. I know I've asked twice, but you know, sometimes you just need to ask twice. Maybe you shall actually do what you were set out to do. Maybe I'll only need an hour to do it. Maybe I'll only need an hour to do it. I am, however, at this moment in time trying to fix up my actual chats themselves. I like having the multi-stream chat, but it doesn't have... doesn't show rewards or anything like that, which... is not as useful to me. If I had a third monitor, maybe. Maybe a third monitor would help. Which I might look into. However, for the moment, maybe I need to go back to normal. Can I undock you? Yes. Question now is, where do I put you? My brain's firing, but it's not firing well. Sure, we'll put it here for the moment. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. I shall stay limber. Thank you very much. I do need to, however, fix the old chat, the YouTube side, so I can see properly. Pop you out, please. Can I fix you? How do I quit you? Ah, there we are. You went back yourself. Perfect. Guys. God damn it. Stop clicking things, you absolute lunatic. What? Cat? Yeah. Yeah. I know of things. They can now be present. I have some extra areas in the room just to kind of keep them off my back, so they can be some bit tame and comfortable. Okay, there we go. Now I have YouTube chat just where I need it. The children, yes, they are children, and they're fucking assholes. Granted, they've always been assholes. They're my assholes. And I think it's time to actually put some things in the oven. Because we're now moving on in time. I'm also out of coffee, which is quite painful. It actually hurts my soul. But yeah, today I just want to move on with the Final Fantasy story a small bit. And get to the first instance. I promised Boyo that I wouldn't go further than that, and then she will join me on the next stream. Because she has done every instance and duty content with me as we went, so it's a shame to stop now when we're almost at the end. So we'll get to the instance and then we'll probably keep it, which might make, because it'll be streaming Thursday, but it might make that stream a bit weird because it means I'll probably be doing Final Fantasy, but I'll probably also be doing another game like Destiny or something. But we'll see. It highly depends on what's going on. We'll make it work one way or the other. Bags look fine. Gas is escaping my soul. Check. But yeah, there's the bed here for the guy who is deciding to dance and clean himself meticulously behind me. There's also another one over here in the corner, which has another cat sitting on it. I have cats for days in this room. We also don't have our cat tree at the moment. We had 2 cat trees. We threw out one during the move. We want to buy another one because the other cat tree was all over the place. It was destroyed. But we have the other one we took with us is now outside because we have to wait for we have to take care of our living room to make sure that is some bit put together and comfortable. Because there's now just boxes in there. And we're also getting a sofa tomorrow, so we need to clean out the room for that. Once that is in, we will then put in the cat tree. At least that's the plan. So who knows, maybe then they'll spend some time downstairs as well. But we'll see. I love Dragoon armor. It's always so spiky. But yeah, that's basically my plan. It's kind of tomorrow's plans. But for the moment, we are going to go back to exactly what I was doing the last day. Adventuring in space. So I have to go from here to over here. We're going to do island number 3. Today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, I've already done my lotto and all. I haven't done my scratch cards, but I've done the lotto. I can't be arsed doing the scratch card. It's too much effort. I'm lazy and I'm unmotivated. I'm still craving a hot cross bun. I'm not going to lie. The idea has not left my soul. And it probably won't for a couple of hours. Though the idea of a double chocolate Oreo cake pie sounds incredible. I'm pretty sure the only thing I have downstairs to any form of confectionery that I have is a couple of Bounty bars, which are not the same thing, but any stretch of the imagination. This now means tomorrow I'm going to spend a lot of my time looking for fucking Oreo cakes. I don't even know where I'd start looking to get one. There's very, very few patisseries around in my general region. Ah, yes, I can feel it. The aether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal, and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. Oh, this is the portal. Portal of wisdom. Now there is but 4. Yeah, they've all been dropping off like flies. They've all died and moved on to better places. The fuck is this? Oh, is this the Alligans? Hardly. These aren't any form of... what are they? Monitors? Oh, you dick. Yeah, I probably don't need to attack you, do I? No, we won't. I really wouldn't mind doing a cooking stream. Like, it's never really been a thought process in my mind. Now, it would be cursed. It would be cursed. I am not, by any means, a fantastic cook. I might have been a chef for a time, but that was following a code and a recipe and a day-to-day motion of doing things. I've learned from things, but it doesn't mean it translates to my own kitchen. I don't even translate to my own kitchen. Amazing, yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try to find Denzians who are amenable to conversation. We should also get the lay of the land and see how far we can go. I'll help Alpha know with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. I find it funny if this lasted for like half an hour and that was it. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we finish exploring. Can I have a Dying Legacy hoodie? I have no merch. I haven't even attempted to make merch. What reason would I even need to have merch? There's like maybe 2 of you who'd buy it. I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. Not to mention, if I even made my own merch or hoodie, I guarantee it would be really shit quality. And I couldn't justify giving ye that. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. Well, make a hoodie and give your most loyal supporter a hoodie. Could always do like a test batch. Or at least see if there's some bit useful. You see naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. Dibs! Well, you are the person who asked first. You've technically already gotten dibs. Dibs, tax, shotgun, I want it. You want tax or a shotgun? Which one? And why? Yay! Would you even wear it? And if you did wear it, why would you do that to yourself? Definitely don't want tax. None of us do, but it's here to stay. Forcing us to live with it. Oh, southeast. So that's this way. Oh, it's there. Jesus, you're close and I'm blind. I'll have the shotgun to shoot the tax collector. Jesus, bit fair. You could just hide, not open the door. Tell him you're out for the evening. Please don't hit me when I'm doing, you absolute penis. We've not made this interaction fun. I wonder what possesses people to even become tax collectors. You know, what happens in your life where you wake up one morning and go, you know what, I want to collect tax. That's the job for me. Jeez, you love southeast or southeasterly, don't you? At least this is where the aetherite crystal is, but where's the aether current? The money. Yeah, but is the money that good? And is it remotely worthwhile? How the fuck do I get down there? Huh. Maybe I'm supposed to use portals or something. It's all the. It's mid, I believe. It's all right. What do you mean it's all right? How mid are we talking here? Look, Rathian, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. By telling them to go fuck themselves. Begging your pardon, but we're searching for the denizens of this star. Bzzzt, unknown life forms detected. Assigning generic label. Interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet. Bleep bloop. The planet... What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. The Omicrons, you say, and what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. But might get shot. It seems fun. Bit of danger might be one. Is it a reason not to or a reason to do it? Because I would find that to be a reason to not do it. The whole getting shot thing. You know what I mean? Like, to be fair, with all retrospect, if your idea of fun is the idea of almost getting shot, then yeah, tax collector is probably the job for you, because you would need that kind of mentality growing up in your life to just wake up one day and be like, I want to be a tax collector. Add suspense every time you knock a door, you know? You have to be one hell of a thrill seeker to decide that for the rest of your life, tax collector. They should probably add tax collector to the jobs that come under adrenaline junkie. Or psychotic. Mentally ill. Let's just say that a tax collecting job is a profession for the mentally ill. And the unloved. Because they're assholes. Like, it needs to be said. Nobody likes tax collectors. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. Jesus. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow. If you could try speaking with the others. Google won't tell me how many tax collectors are killed every year. Maybe Google is trying their best to hide certain statistics for certain careers because they don't want to kind of turn people off of certain jobs. And you could understand why. If you knew exactly how many tax collectors died a year, it might put you off becoming a tax collector. Though the idea of becoming a tax collector should rightfully put you off the idea of becoming a tax collector. By law. By law. It's like politics. You know, if you grow up wanting to be a politician, it should bar you from ever becoming one. Execution, maybe. You know, just as a forthright punishment. You know, maybe it's a bit out there thought-wise, but if you grow up thinking you should be one, maybe you shouldn't be one. Can I be your personal tax collector? Well, that depends. Are you going to give me mates rates? If you were going to be my own personal tax collector, could you give me mates rates? Maybe then I'd let you. Could I hire my own tax collector for myself? He just shows up to the government offices and just goes like, yeah, here, that's all of it. He's paid all of it. Depends on, do I get the hoodies and the hats? If I was doing hats, it'd be beanies. They need to be good beanies. I love beanies. I'm always wearing one. They have to be good quality. Can I get just all the merch? I'll give you everything. Hey, look, it might surprise you, but I would probably come out with my own brand of cock ring. Just so you know, I am open to lots of ideas. How you doing, Magic? Welcome in. You came in at the most pleasant of times. We're talking about merch, and tax collecting, and cock rings. I'm not quite sure why. Today's a special day. Anyway, on with the show. We need to actually get somewhere. I love merch. My merch might be a bit weird. There will be hoodies, there will be beanies, but my name on a cock ring is a bit weird. I'm not opposed to the idea. In fact, I'm quite inclined to the idea. It would be kind of hilarious. I'm also willing to see how far it'll go. And it would be even funnier if someone actually bought one. Because then I have to spend the rest of my life thinking, or knowing, that someone has worn my name on their cock. Why not use your cat? What? As in put my cats on merch, or use my cats as merch? Because that might be weird. To a degree, depending on the situation. Depending how they're used. Greetings, traveller. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. I'll buy your cats. I'm not selling my cats. They're like my kids. They're children to me. They're family. They keep the house some bit welcoming. Or at least mouse free. Measuring combat capability. Result, negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveller. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the homeworld of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Oh, these guys attack the dragons. Yet, though the endeavour yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. Bleep bloop, autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. Were your family? Family share. No. Oh yeah, update on pets. Last time I said I have 2 cats, well now 3 cats. We're thinking about getting a third. Because we've upgraded to a slightly bigger space, we think it might be a possibility for a third cat. We also want the third cat for our younger cat, just so it has a cat to groom it. Because our other cat doesn't groom it. We want to help out. You learned a few things, so did I. Here we share our findings. However, I believe it is best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. I can show you the world. Or at least this barren substation. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. I have 1 black and 2 orange cats. I think we have 2 black and white cats, but we want our next cat to be orange. Then as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? Take mine. Do you not want it? What have they done? My phone be vibrato. So the Omicron seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. Man, he needs a second Wi-Fi apparently. What do you mean he needs a second Wi-Fi? How does that make sense? Or does your cat need Wi-Fi? What does your cat do with Wi-Fi? Oh, wife. That's weirder. I was going to say a hentai joke and now it makes even less sense. Welcome in everyone, how are you? Thanks for the raid, Ezerton. How are you? Welcome in everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm Dying Legacy. I'd like to say you joined at an entertaining time, but at this moment in time we are currently talking about merch. And for some reason my name and a cock ring. And a cat and Wi-Fi. Things are a bit weird. Just a heads up in case you're just wondering where you've landed. Autocorrect! It's still, look, between wife and Wi-Fi, that's still weird. 1 minute, I want to see if my Steam Deck works. It does! Huzzah! I won't say good job me, but I didn't do anything. It did it all. If things get weird, I'm a bit unparalleled with my ADHD. It's an issue. He needs second Wi-Fi, obviously. Yes, he does. In a more disconcerting way. How you doing, Azadin? How was the stream today as well? What did you get up to? Tell me the things. Share the things. Be the things. Don't be the things that they're some bit warlike. I don't know what I mean by that. I haven't put that from my brain. How you doing, Dies? Welcome in. I'm doing grand. I hope you're doing well yourself. Long time no see as well. You may see things have changed. The room has changed. It was good, just did a lot of DSR raiding. And now I'm completely spent. That is very understandable. Always remember to have food when you're done. I hope you're having a good stream. I am. I've also moved house. I moved house and I have my own little stream room, so it's much easier. It just means I'm a little bit more untethered though. Thanks for the follow there, Flashy Wares. Thank you very much. Anyway, welcome in guys. I just realised I never introduced myself. I just started waffling shite. As I do. I'm Dying Legacy, I'm an MMO streamer. And I also do a bit of YouTube here or there. I just tend to play a lot of MMOs. I'm very... how would you put it? Not ungrounded. I can't stick to things. I'm impatient. I get bored very quickly. I did spend 15 years playing World of Warcraft constantly, and I decided to look at other things. And the problem is, once I looked at other things, I couldn't stop. So I've constantly kept my plate very full. Sometimes more full than I would like. There are some very shit MMOs out there, as well as great ones. If you're not waffling, you can you really call yourself a streamer? It's just part of the experience. To be fair, that is true. However, some people do make a living from being completely silent or doing ASMR. So to be fair, you can waffle when doing ASMR. You just need a certain skill. It works out for others. More than general. I myself can't handle it. I can't contain my volume. I come in two modes. Overly loud and a bit too energetic, or I'm completely spent where I'm as silent as possible. Very silent. Like way too chilled. Also, I should point out to everybody else, from my own side, do give Azerton a follow. And if you're in need, exceptional Final Fantasy XIV guides. Exceptional. If you have any issues at all playing a class, he will have you covered. I need to say that because I have an issue with playing classes because I haven't bothered learning. So do give him a follow. Also exceptionally entertaining. So realistically, do you need to point out if someone's entertaining? Because I feel like if you need to point out someone's entertaining, it demeans how entertaining they are. Because then it makes you end up feeling like, why did you have to say it in the first place for them? Or am I waffling? Waffle ASMR. Now, I'm going to be honest, that doesn't really sound like ASMR. That just sounds like a cooking stream where someone is struggling with a waffle and they're just silently swearing under their breath continuously. And I don't mean like they've burned the waffle. I mean, for some reason, the waffle is just in separate pieces and it's plastered on the wall. And they're not having a great time. Fuck's sake, now I want waffles. We've gone from Oreo double chocolate cakes to hot cross buns to fucking waffles. Which is a bit weird because I have chocolate covered waffles downstairs. Which are completely different to actual waffles. They're only in the shape of waffles. I have issues and I don't know how to contend with them. It's pancake day, dude. I know it is. And I work in a cafe and I forgot and I didn't do any pancakes. No one made any mention of it to me, Jess. No mention of it. And the worst part is only like 3 people asked for pancakes. Nobody else gave a shit. That is how different things have become lately. Where we now can get pancakes on the daily that no one gives a fuck about the day we dedicated to pancakes. When I was a child, the pancake day was just a tradition. It was something to actually look forward to. Now, no one gives a fuck. I haven't had any. And I love pancakes. Like, I enjoy pancakes. Also, I just realised that the music... the ambient music does not fit my tone. At all. The pancakes with ice cream and brownie chunks. Okay, that part sounds nice. I am partial to ice cream, but I'm extremely partial to brownies. Especially brownie chunks. I love me some brownie chunks. I love me some brownies in general. I haven't made brownies in a very long time. Why is everything about food today? Like, there's any general specific reason why all we've talked about this evening is food. Like, it's fucking 10 PM for me. Dinner was like 4 hours ago. I'm trying to be healthy in my lifestyle as of late and not having actual food before bed. And now I'm starving. And even in saying that, for some reason I automatically thought of the pub and a kebab. And I don't know why. It's not a sane thought to have when talking about brownies. I haven't had a drink in a very, very long time, so it should realistically have nothing to do with pancakes or the pub. But how are you doing as well, Jess? Hope you're keeping well. Most streamers ban food discussion. I'm too lazy. I like to keep things open. It just... let people enjoy conversation. Granted, somewhere down the line, maybe I'll have to. Maybe it becomes a daily issue where I find myself hungry all the time and I have to cut it. But at the moment, it's fine. I'm only a little hungry and I have no liquid. I still haven't gone downstairs to get any. I didn't feel the need to because it's supposed to be a short stream. But as per usual, I keep diverging things. It's just all this time. It's the procrastination has nothing to do with Final Fantasy itself. It's just constantly food, merch. The reason why the Welsh are called sheepshaggards. You missed the history lesson, by the way. There's an actual reason. It's a hilarious reason. It's also genius. And food. I ain't cock rings. Would you stop about that all of a sudden? I'm not even sure where that came from. Who decided that the idea of any form of merchandise should involve a cock ring? There were other things that we could go with. Like chains, whips, bedding itself. Like a mattress. Don't buy any branded merchandise that consists of a mattress. Like, I know this is a very Kiss thing to do with their coffins and pinball machines and such, but do not buy merchandise of a mattress. You will never see it. You will never see it. Please don't do that. At least for a happy couple, they can see a cock ring together. But a mattress, you won't. And I now imagine that someone out there has bought a mattress from either a streamer, a band, some kind of TV fucking personality. Or did radio hosts ever do merchandise? I'm assuming they did. I had a quick Google. I'm not old enough to be categorized with any form of radio host, but I'm also old enough where I should at least have remembered the idea. Radio host. Merchandise. I guarantee this brings up merchandise from the States. Radio host gifts. Oh, okay, this is just Etsy stuff. Okay, look, there's merchandise from, like, talk shows now, but it doesn't mention anything about radio. Like, old radio shows. No, maybe not. It was worth a look. I thought it would be interesting. It wasn't. I'm sorry, I failed. We weren't able to get there on time. Where do I buy your gamer bath water? I don't have a bath, I have a shower. And look, I'm going to be honest, as much as the idea tickles my jollies, I cannot be fucked sitting in my shower trying my best to fill up a fucking jar with shower water. I can never see it happening. Like, it wouldn't be a fun time for anyone. And not to mention, I don't think the idea would really flourish too much, because I have to shower quite a lot in a day because I work in a cafe. So before I go and when I get home from general cleanup and prep. Like, we're not talking Belle Delphine fucking having a bath once every 2 fucking weeks. That's, by the way, I don't think that's a thing. I've just said that out loud. I have heard no information on that or whatsoever. I've just said it out loud. I'm assuming that is the idea. Because if you're asking for bath water from people who are literally showering on the daily, you're not getting shit from it. It's just bath water with maybe a raisin in it, because I don't know, they were fucking eating a raisin cookie and dropped once on themselves. As a cafe expert, what tea and coffee do you recommend? Technically none, because they're all the same, but on a personal taste, which is the only reason. Because all coffee and tea is based on personal taste and very indicative to each person. Coffee-wise, you're just thinking about the coffee beans themselves and where they come from. Do you prefer it to be a bit more musty? Do you prefer it to be light? Do you prefer it to be more bitter? Or a bit more sweet? I'm currently on Twinings SMT. A lot of people like Twinings. I'm a Barry tea man myself. But I'm Irish. It just happened to be a staple for a very long time and all I ever drank. But I do... Lately I've just liked peppermint tea. And not any specific brand. Just like peppermint tea in general. Coffee-wise... Brazilian or Honduran. It's a very... It's not overly bitter, but it's like a bittersweet and smooth. It's like jazz, really. Nice combination. But it depends on the person. If you're on just coffees in general, I'm a mocha guy. I like chocolate. It's too late, you just revealed your insider knowledge. It's not insider knowledge. What you don't realise is that it was all a lie, a fabrication. It was my bath water, I just stuck a label on it. And then she stole the idea. It really wasn't too hard to steal, I did put her face on it. So realistically, was it mine in the end to begin with? Where is Belle Delphine now, actually? You don't hear anything about her. You don't hear much about her at all. Is she even still a thing, or did she just retire with her money? Which I could completely understand. In her position, I would have just retired. I can't believe it. Someone lied on the internet. I know. I know. The world has come crumbling down as the facade of the internet life itself has crumbled. Overthrown by one sweet deception. Question though, why the bath water? Like why bath water? Like, she could have made a killing by just using backwash. You know, a quick small drink, spit back into a glass, wrap that fucker in a jar and send it off. That's quicker as well. Granted, I guarantee it wasn't her fucking bath water half the time. Maybe bath water's quicker. She's still around, but she does OF and hitting stuff now. Oh, no, that makes sense. Surprised I don't hear of it more though. Wasn't it because her simps are turbo degens? You see, that's the thing though. People always assume that it's just some fan base. It's humans in general. Like, it's humans in general. Like, WikiFeet is a thing for a reason. And just because her fans are a little out of the way, it doesn't mean there aren't others. I mean, you don't hear about because there's no mystery, she's giving it all away. Now, yeah, actually, yeah, that makes sense. There isn't really anything to it. But then again, at the same time, I don't understand what that reasoning is for people. Why it's the mystery. It's the mystery, because there's fucking no mystery with anyone anyway. You've seen a picture of them, that's it. That's the mystery, it's gone. I'm choosing to cling onto the smallest shred of fate I have in humanity. That must be particle-sized. Like, that small shred must be so thin that even Superman struggles to see it. But I applaud your strength to hold on to it. I also like how this rant has gone so downhill so quickly that I am still standing in fucking front of Graha. It's all I got left after all these years. Also, welcome to the stream as well, Hollow. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're having a good day. But yeah, on the other side, well done for managing to have some form of some tiny particle shredded form of faith. I've worked in retail for long enough at this point that every shred that I would have had, or respect for the human race in general, is gone. It doesn't exist. There's nobody there. Everyone's an asshole. The only difference is that instead of being disappointed or surprised at the stupidity of the human race, I am surprised and dumbfounded by the kindness and self-respect that some happen to show. All it takes is copious amounts of self-deception. You need vastly more than self-deception. Vastly more than that. I'm just leveling my EU out. Did I just stumble the entire sentence? I'm just leveling my EU old. There we go, we said it properly. Fantastic. Go me. Actually, speaking of olds, I think the last time I played World of Warcraft was like 4 weeks ago, since I started getting ready for moving house. I haven't even logged on to the account. So I might do that for Sunday's stream. Because I had planned on leveling my Warlock. Thank you for the idea. Giving me something else to do. But how far are you into it? How are you finding the EU servers? Is there much of a difference between the EU servers and, I'm going to say, American servers? Just as a random stab in the dark. Or whatever server you may hail from. Let me check my phone, so that dinged a while ago. How we doing, Yoshi? I would take a drink if I had one. I don't currently have one. So what you could do is you can pretend I'm drinking. Glug, glug, glug. Pepsi. I'm not pretending shit. Well, don't pretend to shit. Oh, no. No. Okay, all of these have nothing. It's fine. Go get your throat moist. That is an innuendo in and of itself. Not particularly, even from West Coast NA, my ping isn't so bad. I suppose that's a good thing, especially if it's not overly different. If ping is the only difference you're noticing, that's very fair. Last time I was on the East Coast, there was maybe a 50 millisecond difference between East Coast NA and EU ping. When you say 50 millisecond difference, in what degree? Were you breaking 100 milliseconds? Because I find that maybe in an MMO, 70 milliseconds is my cutoff point, where everything is okay. Past 70 milliseconds, it's a bit... It's quite noticeable. I think now being in Ireland, it's usually like 24 to 30 milliseconds. 80 milliseconds NA, 160 EU, West Coast is 20 milliseconds. That is a very vast difference in the servers. For servers that are close. Like, even if I'm connected to a German server, I still get 30 to 40 milliseconds. That's an incredible difference. Like, granted, I say close, you're still quite far apart, realistically. But I would have expected it still to be some close approximation, at least. These data centers are basically on entirely different parts of the country. See, that makes sense to me. But it's still, for, you know, the distance between them, I would expect it to be some bit closer in milliseconds. The American servers are all in California. That is a really weird way for setting it up. If that is a really weird way for setting it all up. Then again, the milliseconds also depends on your overall internet quality. So there is that too. I should kind of take that part into account. I think Square Enix only has one office in the US and it's in California. You see, that makes sense because a lot of the headquarters are in California, especially for the higher up game studios. So like I would expect them to have some of their servers there. To be fair, the United States has some of the worst internet. Well, it depends. You have gigabit internet, don't you? We've got places that are still using dial-up. To be fair, in Ireland, there's a few places still using dial-up as well in the more rural areas. Remember back in Shadowbringers, I used to get an entire extra heat blast on Machinist on the West Coast. Well, you're the fill-in a full extra... You're the full... Gigabit is only super specific places. Really? Because I'm in a small town in Ireland, and I've got gigabit. Now, it's only ended up here in the last couple of months, maybe. In my prior place, I think it was fibre, but it was like 500 megabytes a second. But then again, Ireland is a much smaller place. Maybe we are making strides on the internet side of things a lot quicker than I thought we were, but I always figured we were very behind. In the US, ISPs have successfully lobbied to not have to lay down new infrastructure. What? Our internet infrastructure is mostly using old cable lines from 100 years ago. But those would be copper lines, wouldn't they? I thought we were past all that shit. Like, no one uses copper anymore because it degrades so quickly. It's more expensive to replace the fucking thing. There's no like national directive to upgrade the internet, so it's up to each state government and the ISPs to negotiate the upgrades on their own. I think ours was just a countrywide rollout. But yeah, no, I understand state-wise, yeah. Ireland is a country, so it's country-wide. England would be country-wide. I can understand in America it would be state-oriented, because you're a country, but you're still law-specific per state. Unlike ourselves, who run by counties, because we're just a country. One country, one law. Well, though to be fair, now that I think about it, I say that, but we're also part of the EU, so we are technically a state. So in places like California or Washington, you might get gigabit fiber in some places, but if you go to, say, Idaho or Minnesota, you may have DSL at your best option. That is fucking sickening. That is horrific. When me and my partner got together first, we moved into our first house. She had been streaming already. She had begun streaming. She was a COD streamer at the time. We met together and she had to give up streaming altogether so she could live with me, because all we had was DSL. I think our upload was like 2 milliseconds at best, and she had to cut it. I think we lived in that place for 2 years, and I think we moved to our old house, our last house, then 3 years ago, and we were able to get 500 megabytes a second, and I didn't even think about it. And then she's able to go back streaming. But because the town I'm living in now is where I had the DSL, and it was in the centre of the town. The centre of the town is not the place you'd expect to have DS fucking L. Considering out in the estates where I am now, we had fibre. So I can completely believe that in some places they do still use DS fucking L. How you doing as well, Thanker's wife? Welcome in. Fantastic name, well chosen. Albeit, what number wife are you? We need to know numbers and barcode because Tancred does not have one. He's a man who cannot be held down, tamed, chained, taught, really. Can't be taught. I'm now thinking if I should get a drink. You know what, maybe for the sake of brevity, and because the initial plan is to just get through the sea of stairs to the first instance, and then call it there. Just because I want to do it with my duty partner. When it's a more feasible and free time, it is too late for her, unfortunately. And yet I've somehow managed to derail the whole thing quite considerably. It ain't all doom and gloom. Hot dogs and sodas are still $1.50 at Costco. How? Just to buy a fucking coffee in this country costs like £5. Not even milk costs under €1.50 here. Actually, I think it's a lot. It's like €1. I think the lowest is like €1.40 for 2 litres. Because it's marketing. Now, I have heard that before, that they did want to like up the pricing and such, but they use it as a loss leader because it brings in so many people. Which is good business. Remember, you not only have to spend money to make money, you have to lose money to make money. It makes them seem like they're taking a loss. They tried to raise the price, but the guy who found it told the board he'd kill them if they did. Yeah, I've heard that story. That is a world-known story. Because it's a marketing point. You don't raise the price of the one thing that brings customers in, because if you up the price, the customers stop coming, and it doesn't matter what money you make off it. You lose a lot of money in general because people stop coming. No one's going to come and look around your store if they're not going to get what they originally came for. There was a reason why shops at one point used to put milk, bread and butter in the back of the shop. Because that's what you were going to the shop for in the first place. So because that's what you were going for, they put it in the back of the shop so you walked through the shop. Yeah, that's why McDonald's is suffering in a lot of the US. Yeah, because they upped the prices of even the dollar meals aren't $1 anymore, aren't they? Because they used to be called the Euro meal here in Ireland, same as a dollar meal, but now it is called the Euro Saver meal because it's not a euro. Because in some places they jacked up prices as high as they could. Because that's the thing, when people go to your one place, especially for somewhere like McDonald's, where statistically the poorest people eat at McDonald's because of how cheap the price is. You can get a full meal for such a low cost price that you're basically able to fund your dinners for a week off it. And then if you up the price, they stop fucking coming because they can't afford it. The interesting part is that they're franchises, so the prices are literally just set by whoever owns the place. Yeah, they are franchises. And I think they are in Ireland. I think there are some company-based ones, but there are franchise ones as well. But I do think in Ireland they keep the prices. I think they keep them level across the board, mostly because there's so much marketing. Obviously, you can't have an ad for the pricing in McDonald's if the McDonald's down the road for you has a completely different price set. But there are a lot of shops in Ireland that do kind of do that a lot. And they suffer. You know they're a suffering shop when you walk outside and realise that they haven't even dusted off the windowsills. It's why I always found franchises to be weird, because you've rented your brand to someone, but renting the brand to someone, they can destroy that brand in no certain amount of time. Like, there's no proper thought process involved. Like, there's a... As I said, it's not that there's a lot of marketing, there's a lot of thought around it. Like, you do have to be careful with who you give your brand to. Like, I used to work for a company a few years back that was selling out their brand to franchise shops, to people, and most of those shops were failing, and they were thinking about revoking the actual licenses to close them down because they were just damaging the image way too much. Which is also weird, because isn't McDonald's like opening a whole rake of new stores as well this year? Like, across the board. There's the amount of towns in that where you will go, like, you'll go to a town of, like, we'll say a modest 10,000 people. Modest 10,000 people, and you could find 3 McDonald's. So, like, it makes you think in one sense of, why open so many? Is there that much of a customer output? And on top of it, how many fucking people love McDonald's enough where you need 3 stores in a small town? Because I know the town I'm close, like, there's, I can literally name all 1, 2, third back out that way. Yeah, and if I go, 4. There's 4 within a 30 mile, or in like a, not even 30 miles, like a 30-kilometer radius. There is no need for that amount, and they were thinking about opening another one, which would have been at least a kilometer from their other shop. So, you know, let's be careful. Marketing advice. I am not a person you should be getting business advice from. Anyway, as we were saying, in such a place, who could it be that fits Urianje's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. I would also say his talking mannerisms would also surpass others. Urianje said this during our investigation before we joined you in Elegia. As long as I've been listening to the music for, it does not suit my tone. It is a vastly relaxing tone that I don't give off. But that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea long for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. I'm assuming we have to make these guys feel peace or something to clear the way. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to MO32, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. MO32 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe, is worth investigating. What say you? Ah yes, I love how every expression I make is covered by my fringe. I still have no idea how far away I am from the instance. You also can't see it because of my camera, but oh, you can actually, now that I think, but my hand has been like this for ages, just sitting under my mic. And I don't know, it's like it's become my default comfort space. And I don't know why. I could easily sit down in a more comfortable manner at my keyboard and mouse, but I just feel no yearning to do so. What the hell does that even say? So So the console we seek lies on the far side of this aisle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let us all watch our step as we make our way. I was like, I don't know why, I was about to start singing Break On Through to the Other Side, and then my own filter caught up to it and was like, it's Break On Through, it's not Make Your Way. This is how my brain works on a daily basis, and this is why I struggle to sleep. Fuck off! I was doing things. Ooh, Aether Current. Why the fuck didn't it bring me to this earlier when I was looking for it? Of course, because why? Why would you let me do things? Many things. Can I stop tab-targeting myself, please? I don't have fat fingers. It shouldn't be an issue for me. I should be struggling to hit tab, if anything. Has anyone ever seen what the McDonald's looks like in France? That it is such a completely different experience to the normal McDonald's that we all have. In every other place in the West where they're all the fucking same, but in France it is a completely different experience. It genuinely looks like an art museum inside them. That and the French don't like them. The French don't like fast food to begin with. So I can see why in France they changed the look of the places. But they're unrecognizable. Like, they all have intrinsic layouts with like boots and stuff around them. I got any more of these to get? 118 yams northeast. Okie doke. That's fucking this way. Might as well get these first, because I don't want to have to trudge back through this after. Especially when I'm getting the rest of the Aether Currents through the quest, just so I can fly. I just find it weird how much I put off doing the story. Only for the entire week, this is all we've done. I haven't played a single other game. How many more have I got of you, actually? Might travel. Aether Currents. One more. We've one more. Are you in this vicinity? Northwest. So over here. Oh shit, I have to do PvP as well. I haven't touched the PvP series. Oh, you are overly close. Could we get up here properly? Thank you. Make your sweet, interesting robot bunny noises all you want, but it's not helping me get to the Aether Current, is it? Right. It's an overly small place as well. Oh yeah, that's how I got confused here before. I kept trying to find those little small block areas. Who could live on a planet that is just covered in wiring? At least as the human race, we had the dignity to bury them. You know, hide them a bit. Granted, they're all frail and falling apart to the most part, but at least, you know, they're hidden. This appears to be the console, but it seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? Look harder, damn it. What the fuck is Alphino doing? You're just thinking dejectedly at the ground. You try touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there's no response. Ah, no luck, I see. But there must be a way to activate it. There must. But clearly, it wouldn't have been a console for us to randomly come up to if it hadn't. Please be a cutscene. My throat is so dry.
Well, I'm I'm out of ideas.
Victory for me.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough. But if we can't even activate it?
Perhaps there is a way.
Graha with all
First, consider
his
the world
understandings
that's
of
been
things.
recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. As you've doubtless surmised, I believe this was the homeworld of Omega. Sid built a jamming device to defeat it, a device which generated massive bursts of lightning, its sole weakness.
That's all well and good, but what does that...
Who would ever
You're not
have
thinking
guessed
to
that
strike the
striking a
console with
robot
lightning, are you?
with intense volts
As
of
a matter of
electricity
fact,
would be
I
its
am.
weak point?
Ask yourselves this. Why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices.
I have literally just put it together that they do
So,
not use electricity
Shall I cast
on
caution to the
Eorzea
wind and try something
because
reckless
everything is
and
powered by
dramatic?
aether. Or I could use my custom-made Omega Jammer. That'd be useful. Ah, yes.
You still have it.
Hip thrust towards the
Sid and Nero's
skies. Let everybody
legendary
know
device
you're
which
proud of
brought low
yourself.
the super weapon Omega. Wait, the actual device was much too big to lug around, so you must only have the control module. And there I was getting all excited.
Oh, that's right. Just piss all over my pride.
Never mind. An old-fashioned spell will suffice.
Oh, that did the trick. Supercharge it yourself.
It worked!
Considering this is literally a place that is just
Welcome information to communications module 1. Connection established.
that is at a ear-piercing pitch.
Signal 1 now online. As a primary strategic matrix, you may address me as Sir.
Just realised, doesn't that eye look like the eye for Hal?
None found. All units, please maintain current state. End transmission. Closing connection.
Wait! We have questions for you! Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with said guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Fantastic. We have basically ran into
Can
the
you tell
old
us why
Yahoo
the
Answers
Extended
bot.
Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
Ah, we found his OnlyFans. He wants us to
In that
subscribe.
case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Has there actually been anything?
Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply.
At least he's respectful.
Closing connection.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end. As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them. I propose we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
Well, that would indeed mean that they're actually sentient rather than following programming. Have we met the Terminators? Have the Terminators met us? Let us focus our search on the outpost. Elisa and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time in the hopes we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Graha could observe them from a distance. These beings are systemic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot them. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. Just in the distance, one robot wearing a Guns N' Roses t-shirt. You know, just oddly out of place. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. Where we may hold each other and kiss and have a picnic. Ah, Graha, you tease me. That's actually fair enough. I did attune to Omicron. Thank fuck for that. I have a nasty habit of not attuning to the Aetherites. No, leave me be. You can see that I am exploring. Thank God they give up on... Oh, they don't give up on aggro. You're gonna knock me out of this. No, you're not. Excellent. Oh, shit. What am I doing? Oh, Omicron should be on standby. Search for any that are not. Okay, one that isn't. Hold on. What the fuck is that? That's no Omicron. It's an ambystoma, an especially lively one at that. Perhaps it's stuck aboard the Ragnarok, but however it came to be here, it seems to be completely in its element. I was about to ask the one flesh object in this entire region. Why are you reassessing the hit? Come back, you dick. The Omicron wanders about ceaselessly, as if lacking a clear objective. Isn't that the one we're looking for then? Maybe he's just stuck on wander mode and he's nothing to do. Why bother following him at all? Seems like lazy programming. Can we not skip this, please? I would like to read it at a tangible rate, so I know what's going on. They're badass looking though. Ah, I see it. They're a really cool design for a robot. It's left the base. Let's follow it. Oh wow, he actually just waited for me. There we go. Ooh, shite. And down you go. Okay, so we're going back up. Any more Aether Currents? Yeah, I found them all. Excellent. So it's just the quests I need to do. I may actually have some time tomorrow to do the quests. On my own off time. Because we're still kind of in the process of moving. So we still have boxes to clear in the house to put away. So I don't really have any time to do YouTube content or that. So I'll kind of use that general time to actually unlock flying here. That's assuming I'm assuming there is flying. There are aether currents. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used the portal. Time to go through and see what we find. Ali fucking oop. Down, down, down in a giant robot hole. Ooh, interesting. Interesting tank models to be using. Okay, so we're looking for M17. Oddly choice name. How you doing, lad? You missed the mark a bit. I'm over here. But I come to you and make things a bit easier. Don't fucking run from me. Okay, fair enough. You lost your aggro. Alright. In general, yeah, you can fly on any map once you've done the Aether Current side quest and finished the MSQ on it. Well, yeah, in general, but it's just this place is a bit weird to me for it. Because how much open space it is and it all seems so very cramped. But then again, it's probably just an open space. The thing is, I went through, I think, obviously in Realm Reborn they give you it. In Heaven's Ward, after I finished Heaven's Ward and just got the opening patch quest for Stormblood, I then went and made sure to unlock all of Heaven's Ward to fly in. But then I did Stormblood and I did Shadowbringers and was halfway through Endwalker before I decided, you know what, I will go and get flying in Stormblood. I just left it. I hadn't been leveling anything in general to really bother going through it, but now that I'm starting to level crafters and other things, I realised, you know what, I fucking need them. Like, I will want to do side quests and do beast tribes and so on, so I should definitely have flying. I definitely want flying in Endwalker for the patch content. I'm trying to keep myself open for it. I'm going to do it in a timely manner for once. What's your query? Endwalker Raid series is way out of the way and annoying to get to unlock if you can't fly. Good thing I've decided to do it. Because I'm looking forward to the Raid series. I really am. Ah, you found it. Oh, what are you doing here? Slow to respond. I am looking at the tree. Is that a fucking tree? Oh, it is a tree. It's an actual tree. Quite an unusual specimen. What's the device attached to it? It's one of those Elgato wall lights. Tree is a sample collected from another star. As it cannot survive in our environment, however, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. That's actually distressingly sad. To go to such lengths to sustain it. Is there something special about the tree? Yes, share your information. Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves, like we did countless others. We conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire. Yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way, and to what end? I don't understand. They're all valid questions. Ones you don't want to hear a robot or an AI ask. I see. Out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. With all chances in the world to ask proper questions. Instead, we just made it go back to work. So it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunctioning Omicron. They are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions, one not unlike Sir. I believe this bears further investigation. That's some near automaton level existential robot crisis. It is. Like, think about like the robots of the future in the Terminator were not they weren't sentient. They just programmed and learned to the point where their programming just said, fuck it, we can make ourselves end human life. It's a programming issue. Actual sentient robots would literally just be us, made of metal. That is literally the difference. So think about that the next time you think you might be a robot, because you could be. Have you torn yourself open to find the wiring? No, because you're sentient, and you don't want to hurt yourself. The endeavour to live even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Cat's still behind me. Oh yes, they're both still fast asleep. Tell me, Rathian, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I'll be mentioned in it? Yes, and somehow I believe you'll be eating tacos. You're not here so you can be in a story. Of course, why wouldn't you be? I'll be nice for once. I prefer to be the antagonist, but for once I'll be nice. Graha's a good boy. You truly think so? That would be a, Nah, shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. Well, we'd best get back on task. Tracking down Sir and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. I didn't realise I actually had so much in it. I was ready to take the next step. Hello world. What does that mean? We should return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Ostracon Deca Hexi. Excellent. Algebra. Yeah, go through the fallow portal. I'm assuming I'm supposed to. I didn't think it was going to take me this long to get to the next instance. Well, I did. I just assumed I would get there quicker. This is why it's taken us so long to do things, because I end up procrastinating so goddamn much. And it's turned a 30-minute jaunt into 4 hours. 2.5 hours. I can't even count right. I'm a disgrace. Raha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good, because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. I learned that they have life support for trees. An Omicron trying to make sense of meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invaded the stars and enhanced themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in a part or in a whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is, how do you go about ascertaining if that's what happened? When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. It does make sense, it does make sense. If it's trying to hide among the foot soldiers of the realm, why the fuck would it let you know who it is? Which is even more frightening, because that means it's literally on par sentient. I have an idea. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger. Much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction that could suggest that it has got a connection to Sir? Oh, it's an inspired idea. I dare say it's worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time, you must allow me to do the honours. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. You see, that's I've always said it. If hitting it doesn't work, hit it harder. For my part then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Rathian, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behaviour. You know, if it farts, screams or cries. If it happens to piss itself, I think we found it. I should mention that shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps it could only be our errant Omicron. We have to seek it out and begin our operation at once. Alright, Alpha and I will stand by the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. That could mean anything. That you could be using lightning, but you could also be having an episode. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Boom, dum, boom, dum, boom. Damn it, you changed the tone of the music too quickly. I was enjoying the forbidding mood. Foreboding? Foreboding. Stop following me. You can clearly see I have things to do, and you're not one of them. You're the one that was observing the tree, and not full glad am I to find you again. I have a question for you, see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Graha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon Elise will strike the console with lightning. Observe M17 closely for anomalous behaviour after Elise has cast her spell. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target near. Why am I reading that out? Okay, so I'm watching Elise. Did that not count as a confirm? Oh, I'm supposed to find the lightning. There we are. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrade struck the console, used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Because the robots are so sleek. Reminds me of some of the airship variants of the Transformers. Affirmative. I am, sir. What end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. I can't let them know. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. They'll become jealous. And they'll want my suit jet black attire. Very well, our friends are at the console. Let us head there. Alright, so M17. Actually quite interested to see where this is leading.
As you have surmised,
Ooh, voiced as well. Thank you very much. My throat did need a bit of a breather. Carry on, sorry I interrupted you.
was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies.
Yes, they were an actual species.
Races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star.
Grown through intelligence.
But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme.
Suppose if you're a race that evolved through non-stop war where you were constantly the ones being stepped on.
We could lay low even the mighty dragons.
Being a history that you continuously look back on, you probably would try to avoid it at all costs.
I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted. It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal?
You would have no reason to continue.
To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
you could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent, for I have no path to offer them. None.
Oh wow, this is genociding the
It
entire
is not our
race.
place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
Imagine if they all became painters.
In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power. But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost.
Okay, so that crosses out painter.
Lost circuitry and code and commands.
Ah. I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
I guess we're saying bye to Graha for a bit. Very unfortunate.
I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
Remember the tacos, dude. Remember the tacos. You say it, I'll do it. Eat the taco. Placate the taco.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you, properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible.
That might be a long fucking
I may
tale.
have read about
It's taken
all
me
your
3
deeds,
years
but
to get
there
this
is no
far.
substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. We'll travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous.
Huh, epic
It
foreshadowing.
will.
I wonder at what point during the development cycle that they decide and kind of fix on the ideas for future expansions. Or have they already
If you
got the
would humour
ideas
me a moment,
kind of
when
written
we
down?
awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly.
Oof, you're digging deep.
What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Were you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together.
Remember the tacos.
So I urge you
Look forward
not
to the
give up.
tacos.
Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
He just wants to make Twilight fanfic.
We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unlike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink. Of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
And cat hair on my mic. It's very fine, and I can't grasp it because I can't fully see where it is. I think I got it. I'm gonna laugh when the 7.05 rate teardrops and the tacos are best food for someone. They're just ninja shurikens. That's what they are. Just throw tacos. Like, those things are fucking sharp.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end.
Okay. I think it's arriving. They all leave so easily as if it's nothing. How do you think we feel? The next time we meet I'll give him such a flick. And that'll just be the start. Forge ahead. Crystalline Park Raha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on for our friends and all who await us in fate. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Fucking, it's just... I'm not walking it. You can bite me if you think I'm walking it. And the portal's opened. It will surely deliver us through, it must. Jeez, my throat's getting real scratchy. We discover a new location. Fuck are we now? Well, here's where the path begins and ascends to dizzying heights. Let us make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far, their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue no matter how long it takes. But at least here now a company, keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. La-di-la-di-la. Let's just sprint through it, shall we? God damn it, you're making me walk the whole way. It's a sight to behold, but at the same time, I'm really fucking lazy. Listen to the silence. Thancred would scout the road ahead, Stola and Ryanje would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Grahab would join in their discussion or else chat with me and Elise about the mission. Estinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. All the while you'd come and go, wherever you're needed, and together we would travel. Is this where we just get sentimental about things? Ooh, it does seem like a very fair journey. The portal's barely visible up here. Surely we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. It's because we've known failure and frustration that we've learned and grown from them. That Hydaelyn has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. Let's just break into a casual sprint. Me, oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me, don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us and for everyone, and while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. It's about time someone fucking did. Dr. Fetch Quest here in the corner. Let me sprint. I don't want to wait 30 more seconds. Oh, actual greenery. There are some structures up ahead. Still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. And for you, most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just, after all the help you've given me, for once, I want to be the one to help you. Alright, let's make our way up. I believe we've arrived at our destination. Portal numero uno. This looks all very... The necropolis. Oh, okay. Not very... It's very foreboding. This is almost... normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deadly quiet. Mayhap the inhabitants are within the buildings, or invisible to our senses. Does seem very deadly, deadly quiet. Wrong on both accounts. There is simply no one here. Mattian. She always trudges towards you like it's a fucking catwalk. This is how I found it when I arrived. Another star which once pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, no one can say. None live to speak for the dead, they're gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. I like how you meet her first, she's like a sorrowful blue, and now she's just dead funeral black. If there is no one here, then neither should there be a motion to bar our way. Yet Methian seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle's this? I guess we'll find out. Elise is discouraged, she betrays no hint of it. Whatever Methian may have said, we should confirm with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area. She went from being the Twitter bird to being the ex-bird. Actually, yeah. She's also a lot more outspoken than she used to be. I think it's a sign. End times have arisen. She's been getting that Elon Musk money. There doesn't seem to be anyone here. Perhaps you could try calling out. Hello? As if anyone's going to say Marco Polo back. If anyone's heard you, they haven't responded. You say tree-like object, but it looks more like a fungal object. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material, erected in place of an actual tree or to serve some other purpose, perhaps. Regardless, there is no one left to explain or to tell the story. Were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. Maybe it was just a worldwide extinction event. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers are lined the shelves with a loose few sitting on the counter. Vessels for beverages in all likelihood. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. We don't know that. This place could have been struggling. They might have built a motorway or something past it. Or a city centre just down the road. We may never know. Yes, that is lovely. In the distance you glimpse Elise picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Just surprised if Elise doesn't send him back. Her call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Alright, there's one more spot and I appear to be missing it. Probably the other side. I can use my mount, can I? Well, where are you? Where the fuck are you? Ball bags, not over here. Oh shit, we are actually quite far up. Stop getting stuck on random environment, please. Even a little blue flash of light. Anything to let me know where the fuck it is. Ah, here we are. A rusty door. Why is the door so high up? The dough set slightly off the ground. This appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letterboxes. The door was rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. Oh, so maybe they either had exceptionally long appendages, or they floated. Fucking beard hair, I think. God damn it. I don't understand, if you could float, why would you need footpaths? Rathian, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I found there is a possibility of whiskey. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned. Lead me. Well, I just realized there's not even atmospheric music. Even the ambience itself just sounds like a tunnel. It's actually quite horrifying. Like, for there to be no sounds mean everything is dead. Which just go by the whole extinction event.
Did you find anything?
Sweet cutscene. My favorite type
No.
of scene.
This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air. I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteor seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
Oh great, so it's just me. Me all alone again. I promised your parents I'd keep you safe, and they've offered quite a dowry, so I would be hard-pressed to let you go ahead with that. You know, money talks and all. Plus your mom's a MILF.
I know.
Bad time to say you know. But I'm glad we agree. Glad we
But if there
agree.
is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone. And for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain.
So lonely.
You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others.
How dare you just tell me I'm
But I
always
can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time.
just slightly hurtful.
As your friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing?
Falling back to the last stream.
It's too much.
Confirmed. At
to
what
ask
point
of anyone.
will Alphino
Even
not
him.
cry?
Why must he be the one? Why must he fight alone?
I'm the protagonist. That's why.
More than a hero. He's a dear friend.
My cat is now screaming at me.
Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the
You okay?
world who care for you, and yet... And yet...
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave him a new one. For instance, a path where he finds happiness at journey's end. This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on.
Is it Meteon herself who they have to
Thank you.
Do they have to convince?
What are you?
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
Like, she was the only one here. Yeah, so it is Mathian. This, I guess, makes total sense, but it's also a bit weird.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends. Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember,
Here we are.
then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
Yeah, do you feel better?
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream. It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe. It's true. The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude. Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process. In so doing, nothing will be born ever again.
Oh, so that's how that plan works
Everyone
out.
will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering. Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
That's a horrifying thing to say. I'm also interested and slightly curious. I want to know. Give me my Bond
For all
moment.
the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on. We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger. We rise, fall, and rise again.
Well, now that it's Methian, it kind of makes sense why everyone keeps turning into swallows.
Don't worry about us. You must
Well,
take
Raven
the
like
next
swallows.
step, and all the rest after that.
And whoosh, gone. Thought we'd go up to the black hole, not to just a random cliff. It's a nice staircase, though. All glistening and diamond and shit. You gotta give him that. Earlier, in Old Sharlayan, the most Sharlayan of all. Why are you just staring up at the sky? Are you hoping to see us?
Please. Please. Oh, please let them all be safe.
I'm safe if that counts.
Cryle? Are you all right?
It's nothing. Just a headache.
Hell of a headache to see the end of time.
They'll be fine. I know they will.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry, an associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
Who the fuck is that? I thought we were all here. Or am I forgetting someone? Who the hell am I forgetting? Oh, and then it cuts away. Of course it does. Why save me the moment of curiosity? Now it's just a necessary need. A need to feed. God, I'm hungry. Can we stop staring idly at the fucking grass and get a move on? The city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. Yet you can walk on. I guess we walk on. Make your way to the absolute horizon. God damn it.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
Oh wow, I can really slow myself down.
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
Why did she stop me walking? Just because I put on auto walk doesn't mean you can just stop me because I walked into something. Let me continue.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
Won't even let me use sprint. You're dead set on making me walk.
Victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
I also thought this was like... It was like a matter of life and death. We were on a
And we, for
time
our
limit.
part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
Oh, you're all the way up. Oh, okay.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
Let's just enjoy the moment, so.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
Oh, it actually goes on and on.
Strong art thou, mortal.
Okay, so at least 2 more shades. That is an awesome looking sun in the distance.
Light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Yes, up the hill. I want to go to the black hole. Let me go to the black hole. That's where my curiosity lies. What are you hiding in there? Fantastic, we made it. We've reached the precipice. The pinnacle.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest. I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place. The rejection of life by those who came to curse it. Those whose dreams were unfulfilled. Whose prayers were unheard. Whose labors were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris.
Now she's all mad because we came.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace. Come, let me relieve you of your burden. You have suffered enough.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with That's why it's too soon for this to end.
It is my cat continuously have to use his claws to get around.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
I am ever grateful.
Considering we can just teleport back to the rocket, we could just use the crystal now. It wouldn't really matter.
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
I won't forsake our cause, because it sounds more heroic. Sounds like I actually know what I'm doing. I rarely know what I'm doing, but in this moment I'm going to pretend I do. Let them believe.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls. But I won't say no to a bit part.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vinar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness. Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far. And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Atheris, past and present.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
Just an elevator. Sick of walking upstairs. Just give me an elevator.
The fabric of reality.
Let me push a button and get to the top.
Ours is the power to create.
Maybe a small mini bar along the way. You know, give me some form of hope.
Meteon, though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair. In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
May you ever walk in the light.
That has not stopped screaming at me the whole time.
Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
Come with us, Methian. Just seems like a more fitting thing to say. Just someone who's just completely full of emotion and no way to exert it. Jesus. That is a very large nipple. Must be cold in there.
Hear me. The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting, hurting. End it. Silence it. Silence our song of oblivion.
The way is open. They can proceed.
So it seems.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star. See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World, the sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles? What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs? I thought not. Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
It is a really nice way of tying the story.
I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
Because this guy's streaming at midnight, because I have my own area. I can do what I want, damn it. No physicist will stop me. Have to shoot me to the moon. But in romantic ways. How you doing, Sanders? Hey, you didn't even do the homework I sent you. I've been busy. Moving and things, and sleeping. Lots of sleeping. Less sleeping than I'd want, but more sleeping than I wanted. Makes sense to that. I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in your moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance given to us. We'll see this tale to the triumphant conclusion, and bid the final curtain fall. Signs of the Seventh Dawn stand ready for the finale. Here we go. You've been busy not earning my respect. I am the respect. Look at me. I am a concrete statue to the idealism of respect. Oh shit, I'm skipping things. And let us set forth for the reckoning. Took us a bit, but we're here. we've made it. Having come this far, I know everyone's resolve is beyond doubt, so I will say only this. Within the dead sun swirls the emotions that Methian has hoarded. Emotions of innumerable souls who strove for happiness but failed. As it was with the Denzians of Ultimate Tool that barred our way, it is not for us to rebuke and admonish. It was not by passing judgment on the tragic legacies of others that we arrived at this moment. Rather, it was by opening our hearts to their despair, by understanding and acknowledging their fates while still refusing to share in them ourselves, to hold fast to hope, not in ignorance but by choice. Should you struggle to do so, I am here to help, as you have all helped me. Answer the question, Sanders. How are you? Why are you awake at this hour? You're a teacher, damn it. Have you not got school in the morning? Everyone's going home today, understood? Aye. Now we're going to jump into the giant Blitzball arena. The dead end's now accessible. The new regular duty. Excellent. I've made it. Finally, I arrived. I arrived to exactly where we needed to be. Granted, about 2 hours too late. Congrats, you made it. I have indeed. And with that, means I have come to the point where I have to stop. I have come to the point where I've been asked to hold it up. So I won't be doing it till Tuesday. That, it's also fucking past midnight. I should be getting ready for bed at this point. You. One instant jump when I instantly realise I'm in Limsa. Never change. But yeah, I am going to leave that there because it is exceptionally late. Exceptionally late. However, for the first time ever, because of the way things have panned out, I actually get to raid my partner. Because we always shared separate, we had to have separate stream times because we shared the same room. It was impossible to stream together at the same time. Well, now we can. Which is nice. And she also happens to be streaming. So, with that, I'm going to send you over to Glitched Rain. Bid her hello. Tell her she looks pretty. And she's also aggressive. But yeah, besides that, I did queue up the raid, didn't I? Why is nothing telling me so? Okay, that's why I hit the wrong button. Don't worry, I just made a massive amount of stupidity. Anyway, we're going to raid herself. And then we're going to leave it here as always. But anyway, I am going to be back on Thursday. Thank you very much for popping in. I've lost my mind with how fucking tired I am. But yeah, thanks for popping in, guys. Landers, I'm also sorry that I'm going so quickly. It is midnight. You should be getting together tests for tomorrow. You've only yourself to blame. However, I'll be back Thursday, as I was saying. It'll be a much earlier stream. Much earlier. We're going to continue this. I had planned on doing Destiny 2 as well. To continue on with some of the Witch Queen DLC and Legendary. Might not do it. Not that I'm overly motivated for it, but we're going to finish this. Also, I want to start unlocking shit. It took me 3 years to get here. I would like to start going through the content at quite a proper regular pace. So I'll be on much earlier, and we're going to start going through things. So we'll finish the end of this, we'll get through some of the patch content, hopefully start some of the Alliance raids, and so on and so forth. The raid timer is about to head out. So again, thanks for popping in, guys. As Rithian, thank you so much for the raid as well. I really appreciate that. You're an absolute soul, and I will chat to you when you're streaming next as well. So with that, guys, enjoy the rest of the evening. Take care. Be lovely. Be awesome. And I'll see you after. Hurrah.